It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Bears and the Texans on Thursday night primetime.
What?
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a good matchup here between the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans. Brandon Gunn, Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
Fields. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Looking to throw again on second down. Fields. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for Chicago.
So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
On first down, Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Fields. Buying time to his left. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Montgomery is into the end zone for a Bears touchdown. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point forthcoming. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. From the 6. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4 quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Russell. Finds his man. It's John Mechie. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw on 3rd down, Russell. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a 1st down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official's letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg.
On the move to his left.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
I thought that at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Holding offense.
So they'll walk him back half the distance.
Give left side for Pierce.
Nifty move. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats, CD, it shows us he covered better than 20 yards after the initial contact was made.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10.
First down, they go right back to Pierce.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. To throw on 2nd down. Russell throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw. Russell. And that will be incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And they'll get him down up past the 15.
58 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Play action. It's Fields.
Rolling to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Throwing again on second down.
Fields finds Kmet on the quick slant.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Here's Fields.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And the Texans will take over. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans.
They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And his throw is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun. Russell, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, there's a nice move by Robinson. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bears take over.
David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession.
It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
2nd and 12, operating from the 39.
Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Fields.
And that is incomplete. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so
And oh, that is going to be a safety.
Partner, you got to check this out because while they rightly congregate around the guy who just made the play on field, take a look at the sideline because they all went over to congratulate their punter because they remember it was his kick that set them up so close to the end zone and gave them an opportunity to get the safety that we just saw to add to their lead. That's teamwork right there. Full complementary football, and they got it done.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. This is taken at the 23.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Fields going to keep it running right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Fields throw pulled in by Robinson here.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery.
Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Out of the gun, Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On play action, Fields.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Montgomery back to the ground. Ooh, with a juke. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Now Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run with Montgomery, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Point after try forthcoming. And that will make this a 16-point lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Shaquille Barrett bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Russell. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Let's take it inside his own 40. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Now it's Fields.
That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Eluding the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds?
That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Fields now to throw. Touchdown, Bears! A great play there. 34 yards. And the Bears are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Houston set to take over. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives.
Looking to throw on second down. Russell. Incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the sideline. Says the line judge, and it's going to bring up fourth down. The Texans send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 43. I call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. The Chicago offense set to get started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. So the completion gets him just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
To throw is Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Malik Collins with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And now out comes Houston. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 18.
Off play action. Fields.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Fields looks for the out route, and it's complete to Kmet.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Here's Fields.
And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And it's fielded at the 34. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Russell. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Javon Kinlaw in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 23-point deficit.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Bears going to get 1 more possession in this first half. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 44. Throwing to start the drive. Fields.
He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much.